From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
One of the largest local employers taking affordable housing into its own hands. Who that is and what the firm is doing to help attract workers just ahead. But first, here Helena firefighters describe the massive blaze that took out much of the small town of Denton. They rushed to the scene and were overwhelmed by what they saw happening. It is 6:30 on this Tuesday. Chelly and Matt Elwell with you here. That picture pretty much says it all out there right now. Shiny roads, never a good thing.
We don't have a lot of snow on the ground. We have a little over an inch.
Some fluff.
At least here, but it's the roadways, the ice, the black ice that we're really concerned about for the early part of the morning. Right now, the travel forecast is expected to get better after 7 to 8 o'clock this morning, but the snow is tapering, at least for the most part. We're not getting a lot of accident reports right now, but there are some slick conditions reported along I-90 for the early morning, also down 191. So keep that in mind for the morning. Not expecting a lot more accumulation in snow, but we are dealing with the icy conditions for the first half of the day. Second half of the day, the daytime temperatures back up into the 40s, or at least very close to that. We'll talk about the impacts that we have as another system moves in. That's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. 6:31 now. Timing is everything. In Butte, firefighter of the year may be Mother Nature. Winter weather responsible for putting out a weekend wildfire east of town. Wildfire started in the East Ridge Saturday afternoon, southeast of Butte. Fire officials report that wildfire burned about 3 acres in a remote area off Black Canyon Trail Road. Several fire crews responded to prevent it from spreading to some homes in the area. Late Saturday, blast of winter weather completely knocked out the fire. No damage to structures reported. Now in more late season fire news, when a wildfire started threatening the town of Denton in Fergus County last week, the call for help went out to fire departments across central and northern Montana. Some like Helena responded, even though they were more than 150 miles away. TN's John Riley spoke with Helena firefighters who say the West Wind fire was like nothing they had ever seen before.
Getting a call for mutual aid at any time is not unusual for any fire department in Montana, with organizations regularly lending assistance to their neighboring departments. However, the call for mutual aid to the Helena Fire Department received on the 1st of December was unusual. It was 2 counties and 170 miles away.
So rolling into Denton, we're quickly met with a roadblock, the main road into town. The bridge had burned away, so that was kind of eerie. Of course, we're in the dark, so we had to find a way actually to get into Denton, which was through some wheat fields.
Working with other agencies, the Helena Fire Crew was first assigned to protect small farms and ranches in the area. That changed around 2 a.m. on Thursday, when they were called to assist with structure fires in the town.
There were down power lines everywhere. Some were energized, some weren't. Burned out vehicles, smoky conditions, trees were blown down. So there's lots of different hazards other than just the fire itself. And with the sustained winds that they had, the houses that had burned down were creating just as much of a problem as another fire in town because it was spreading embers everywhere.
Firefighter Landon Zimmerman says that night it was unlike anything the men had experienced in their careers.
I was on the Bridger fire and stuff like that, so it was similar numbers, but they were very spread out. And that small of a town being hit that hard was hard to see and like sad, because we were working next to people that they're like, that's my grandma's house or that's my aunt's house or whatever. So that was a new level for me.
The firefighters worked constantly for the next 2 days with suppression and cleanup operations. Throughout it all, they say they were humbled by the generosity and caring of the people of Denton, with individuals that had just lost everything bringing them coffee or food and seeing if there was anything they needed.
That was probably one of the most devastating things I've ever seen in my career. I just can't imagine what the town is going through. Those buildings that are still left there, but also those that lost everything. I can't imagine. I mean, it's the support that they need.
A call for mutual aid is never a guarantee that assistance will come. Agencies can decline to offer aid, although it's rare in Montana, and only usually when there's another emergency happening in their area. Any agency, whether it be a small one like Denton or a large one like the Helena Fire Department, recognize that they can't do this job alone. And after all, that's what firefighters do, help people that are in need. Reporting in Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
Thank you, John. 6:35 now. In an effort to attract workers, including nurses, Bozeman Health taking steps on its own to create more affordable housing. Company plans to build a 100-unit complex in a partnership with Eris Capital. That's a locally owned company. Bozeman Health says apartments in the complex will rent at attainable rates. First part of the construction expected to start in early summer of next year, be finished by the second half of 2023. Future phases will allow even more rentals for employees. State Commerce officials announcing the allocation of $25 million in federal funding for affordable housing for projects in 14 communities across the Treasure State. Money will be used to rehabilitate or build almost 1,000 new rental units. Projects are in towns big and small, ranging from Billings to Big Sky to Havre. About $6.5 million of the total is from federal housing tax credits. Most of that money will finance the Riverview apartment project in Big Sky. Big Sky Community Housing Trust says the 25-unit project will help alleviate the community's critical shortage of workforce housing. Another $15 million from federal COVID-19 relief funds distributed among 17 projects in 13 communities. Andrea Davis of Homeward in Great Falls says its project will provide permanent supportive homes for people who've been homeless. That money comes on top of $22 million in federal housing tax credits announced back in October. In addition to the Big Sky project, $500,000 will go towards rehab and preservation for the Hearthstone apartments for 109 existing homes for seniors. And more than $500,000 going to complete 37 new homes of Blue Bunch flats. That's in Livingston. Well, a New York company just filed to patent the world's first vaccine that would protect against both COVID and seasonal flu. Dan Grossman explains the big difference that might make this more appealing.
This is where the front lines of science are won.
Determining the amount of SARS antigen, which is in a sample.
Where concepts are actualized, where theories are tested.
Since our vaccine produces the COVID protein, we need to see how much it's been producing.
Where life-saving technologies are made.
This will eventually go in humans, so gotta make sure it's clean.
Alora Hogue is preparing a test to see if the flu vaccine her company has been developing for the last 13 years has the right amount of COVID virus in it. Sounds shocking, but it's the primary reason why they think their vaccine will stand out among the rest.
We've gotten it to the point where we could manufacture it at a large scale and get it going really rapidly.
Amy Asplund is the Vice President of Research and Development at Vivaldi Biosciences, the company producing the nasal spray vaccine that would protect against every flu strain, both seasonal and pandemic. Where current vaccines like Moderna's and Pfizer's use mRNA to stimulate an immune response, this vaccine, called Delta Flu, would use a live COVID sample to do the same thing. That sample, though, would be without NS1, the key protein that allows viruses to circumvent our body's natural immune response. It means your body could recognize COVID and create antibodies for it without getting sick.
So I've been planning for a pandemic since I was probably for 20 years. Let's be real. So it's been pretty surreal.
The idea is that by introducing this vaccine through the nose, your body would create antibodies at COVID's main entry point, essentially creating a blockade so the virus couldn't get in at all. In theory, it would mean no breakthrough infections.
In fact, in the first SARS pandemic, we had a grant funded to do this exact thing that we're doing now. But by the time we got around to doing it, the pandemic was over and the project got abandoned. So we just kind of picked it up and ran with it.
So far, that running has led to 4 successful clinical trials in animals, which suggests this vaccine would also be safe in humans. There just needs to be more testing to make sure that's fact. I'm Dan Grossman.
Now, Vivaldi Bioscience says it could produce an effective vaccine in about a year if the human trials go well. It needs this patent approved, though, before those could begin. Time for a quick break here on Montana This Morning.